see somewhere down south, down about Baton Rouge. But I just can't remember no number, a number I could use.
Okay guys, you're back here with Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and I just wanted to do like a cool intro because we're listening to Grateful Dead and we're listening to American Beauty, and I talked about that a little bit in the last video. And American Beauty is like, if you haven't heard it, please go on YouTube right now and spend like, I think it's 40 minutes. They're 5-minute and 3-minute and 2-minute songs. This is Operator. It's a 2-minute and 12-second song. It's really cool. It's really cool. I love like every song on here. Ripple is amazing, but my very favorite is the first one, Box of Rain. We're not here to talk about Grateful Dead, but as you know, I just like really like to tell you guys things that I'm into and how I charge my music, how I charge myself around a candle, and my ingredients. And I have something really cool here. William is here, and if you've watched my videos, you know what William is. So, we are talking about nightshades. Okay, what happens in the night? I don't know, you tell me. I'm doing a video on UFOs really soon. I'm just trying to gather like all the best information I can on it. And I know that that light is annoying, so I'm going to turn it off. But talking about nightshades. Nightshades are flippin' amazing, and I'll tell you why. If you're a person who loves the moon, and I am, I'm like an herbal eclectic witch that loves the moon, and I'm just so drawn to it. Like, I plan my days. I just don't sleep at the same hours every day, you guys. During the full moon, during the new moon, I take the days off. I plan out my schedule ahead of time, and let me show what I use to do that. I use this, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Lewin's Moon Sign Date Book, and it has like so many amazing things. It has a calendar like this. It has all these bits of info on what's going on astrologically around you at the moment. So that's what I carry in my witchy purse, which, you know what, you guys, Lady Gravedancer did a really cool video, and this lady unloaded her purse, and she's like, what's this, you have a dried pomegranate in here, what is that for? And she's like, I need that. That's me. You know, I carry my dragon's blood in my purse. Everybody asks me what the heck's in my water bottle. It's just amazing. So back to the moon, back to nightshades. I go on rants and then I can't get back sometimes. It's kind of hard. But, again, I'm here talking with you guys as my friends, my best friends, and just, like, about, like, intimate subjects, like witchcraft and what I do, like, that is intimate. So I want to show you. So nightshades, if you don't know, they grow at night, and they're dormant during the day. They sleep during the day and they're awake at night, okay? So right now I want to talk about, I couldn't find anything in my books, in my bookshelf on nightshades, even on those encyclopedias. And if you haven't watched my bookshelf video, watch it because it's really cool. You get to see all my books. But even in my 2 different encyclopedias for witchcraft, nightshades wasn't in there, which is silly because Sabrina the Teenage Witch was in there, and I'm like, okay, your priorities might be, but that's my opinion. Okay, I'm allowed. And I love that. God bless where I live. Alright, nightshades. So I googled some things, and the nightshades that I could pronounce are tobacco, potato, eggplant, or aubergine. How do you pronounce that in the UK, you guys? Aubergine, I think, but it's A-U-B-E-R-G-I-N-E, but in America it's called the eggplant, and that's, I don't have one in my kitchen right now, sadly. I wish we were growing it in our garden. We just don't have enough garden space, y'all. We need more garden space, like, so badly. Because we just have this little awesome house that we rent, and our landlord is so rad. He lives right next door. Mike, if you ever watch my videos, I'm so appreciative of you and everything you do for us. God bless you. Like, seriously, you are amazing. And it's good to appreciate, like, say your gratitudes. I say them out loud every day. This house that I live in, the ability for me to have the studio, the ability for me to have a cell phone and YouTube and share with you guys blows my mind. Blows my mind. I grew up in the 90s. We had television, and that's it. Now we have communication in our breast pocket. Look into Nikola Tesla. He predicted that in, I don't know, the early 1900s, way before Edison. Oh, let's talk about Tesla in another video. To nightshades, tobacco, potato, eggplant. How did we get on that rant? Tomato, petunia, or angel's trumpets, mandrake, that's William, boxthorns, pepino melon, and my husband usually has one, but they're out of season right now, and it's like a white oval fruit about this big, like if it was a giant lemon or something that size, and then it's whitish yellow and it has these purple stripes on it. Pepino melons. They taste really cool. And of course he's growing one in the greenhouse because he took a seed out of it. Tamarillo and night blooming jasmine. Night blooming jasmine could be a magical tool. I'm going to look into that and talk with Alex. I feel like I should bring William into the video because I didn't even think about that when I planned it. So let me grab William. He's just here. Hi, buddy. I'm really sorry. I love you. Are you really that mean? Alright, he's a little livid. Just recently, I had a glass candle that was warming his face because he likes to stay warm. If you haven't, if you don't know about mandrake root, check out my mandrake root video. It's one of the first videos I did. I think it's such a cool ingredient to me. But I had a candle here, and it was a really powerful spell, and I needed him to be completely warm. The mandrake wants to be human. When it comes from the ground to the earth, it wants to have a human spirit. It's such a cool story, you guys. Such cool lore, all of that. So I have a glass bowl under this glass head, and it's full of mandrake root pieces, which I got. And you're supposed to name your mandrake root, and I've named him William. Okay, and that came to me in meditation or just intuition. It's maybe the first name that pops into your head, just do it. So William wants to be in this video. There we are. And he likes to be warm next to the candle so that he can feel like, not glass is cold, but like he's a warm human. So that's why I do that for him. Now, tobacco. I just want to show you the types you can use. And I'm an ex-smoker. You should never, ever, ever smoke. My father right now is suffering so terribly from smoking cigarettes for years. They're so addictive, you guys. Thankfully, I don't smoke them anymore. But I just want to show them to you and tell you it's a magical ingredient. Okay? If you're 18 or over, you can buy it, right? Or you can grow it yourself. And I don't know how that works with ages. Like if it's illegal to grow it if you're under 18, but your parents could grow it for you and you could use it just for magics. I think that would be legal. Just check into the rules because I don't know them because I'm over 18. So you could use a cigar. There's tobacco in a cigar. And cigars, I think, are really cool. They have this cool shell on the outside. And it's kind of like flaky like bark, you know. And you could... Oh, it just reeks like tobacco. You could really use that in a spell. Look at Lady Gravedancer's video on tobacco firewater. I want to make a different version of that myself, but she's such an inspiration to me. And I talked about that with you, Holy Witch. And I was so glad that that was also an inspiration for you. Because on your channel you were making a cleansing thing and it reminded me so much of her. So I really enjoyed that this morning when I watched it. And then the other way you can do it is just grow it in your garden in a leaf form, which I would highly suggest. But these are things I found. That, sometimes my husband gives the neighbor a ride and he doesn't have a car, so you know we feel bad. And he leaves cigarettes in the car and I get mad because I do not want him smoking my car. Like, the smell is bad. The smell stays, so that must be kind of magical. I'm going to do a video on tobacco, hopefully probably right after this if I remember and don't get on a tangent. So yeah, those are cigarettes. They're horrible, but I just have them for in case I need them for magic. And I take them from that guy because he leaves them there, and I'm like, darn it, don't smoke in my car. And like, one was an Anthea, my mini. So livid. But anyway, tobacco, or the cigar, right? Nightshade. And you have, from our garden, the potatoes, a red one, and a Yukon yellow gold, I believe. So those grow at nighttime. The leaves are poisonous of nightshades, you guys. That is a big deal. If I don't get to say that before, because in my papers, they're absolutely poisonous. Beware, okay? And you should probably use gloves when you work with them, and you have to use gloves when you work with mandrake, which we'll get to. So we talked about mandrake. Please check out my video. I'm going to link it in the description below. Woohoo! Yeah. Because I know how to do that now, because I'm fancy and stuff. I'm really learning technology super slowly. Okay, so let's talk about peppers. Because peppers, all of them grow at night except peppercorns. So my pink peppercorns, we're growing Japanese sancho peppers, which we're so excited about. Oh my gosh, check out Juckshai Farms. We're doing a sancho video soon. And that's a pepper that goes over eel and seasons unagi, if you know what that is. And I work in a Japanese restaurant as my part-time job, so I know all about Japanese food. I know all the Japanese words. I pronounce them perfectly. Probably because I'm a nightshade. Maybe I'm a nightshade. So yeah, that had nothing to do with the other. But all peppers grow at night, like jalapenos, banana wax peppers. These are from our garden. Except for peppercorns, black peppercorns. Any kind of peppercorn, those grow during the day. So don't get that confused, because that would be easy to confuse. And let's talk about tomato, potato, beets and besan. These are some lovely heirloom tomatoes from our garden. This one is like kind of blackish on the outside, and we have ones that are black purple. I showed those in my tomato video, and how you can use tomatoes in witchcraft. So yeah, these are some lovelies that I'm going to have in a little salad tonight. Probably with some, like some raw vinegar and some salt and pepper, and just say this prayer over it and eat it in kitchen Wicca at night, because the full moon's coming. I mean, all this stuff is coming together, you guys. I'm doing this nightshade video at the moment that I need to be doing it. Sorry, I love this song. Okay. Another pepper that's probably in your kitchen is paprika. Paprika! And so that's like what you season the top of deviled eggs with, or well, that's like a more of an American thing really, or a Peggy thing, or just, yeah, deviled egg thing. What else can you do with paprika? You guys tell me. What do you like to do with paprika? If I didn't say it, if you use mandrake root or any nightshade, use gloves. Make that part of your witchy toolkit, you know. And the last thing is, I didn't have cocoa, but I have cacao. And I'm just trying to show you that cacao is a nightshade. And it comes from like a cacao bean. Half of it is a fat, half of it is like a chocolate. Look into that, it's so cool. I don't want to get anything on the metheglin. My metheglin is brewing back here. Check out that video. I'm doing metheglin for a really cool spell. Okay, now we just have talked about all the ingredients. We just need to talk about the stuff that I looked at. Okay, nicotine and nightshades. I want to tell you guys this because it's really interesting. Nicotine is an alkaloid found in the nightshade family of plants, predominantly in tobacco, and in the lower quantities in the potato, the eggplant, or aubergine, and green pepper. This isn't a green pepper. We have them in the greenhouse. They're not ready yet though, so this is just a pepper that is green. Okay. And man, add color magic to that. You add a yellow pepper. Okay, it's a pepper. It's a nightshade. Now add color magic to it. Like, what kind of pepper am I going to use? I come up with things with you guys. I mean, it's a really beautiful topic. I love it. So, nicotine alkaloids are also found in cacao leaves. Oh, which we talked about. So not the cacao bean, which I described, but I guess the leaves. And that's why I pulled out that cocoa. Wait. Cocoa leaves, found in cocoa leaves. Cocoa leaves is the nightshade. But I pulled out cacao just to show you. Because I had that because it's like a raw food thing. Okay, what did I say? Oh, to me, I feel nightshades would be amazing for working with the moon since they grow at night, which we already talked about. Fun fact, or not fun, cruddy, interesting, poo, I don't know, but basically, if you, like, harvest all your tomatoes at once, or you go to a farmer's market and you get a giant basket of them and they sit next to you in the car, I love you too. He talks to me, it's really fantastic. Yeah, so if you had a bunch of tomatoes all at once and you ate, like, they're so good, you just kept eating them, kept eating them, kept eating them. There's a reason you keep eating them. There's a reason I keep working with mandrake root. There's a reason why people get addicted to cigarettes. I think that there's nicotine in tobacco. You guys, all nightshades have nicotine. Oh no. And so you really need to, like, know that when you work with it, that it can be an addictive substance. I would wear gloves. I might start wearing gloves because I don't need to be addicted to anything. That would be poor. Really poor choice in my life. So, yeah, let's think about that a little bit more, and I'm going to ponder on that, and maybe we'll do like a part 2 to this with me kind of just meditating on it with the knowledge and the thoughts I bring up with you guys. I just love that. So fun fact, you can get addicted because all nightshades have nicotine. Sit there and eat a jillion tomatoes, you're going to be like, I need more tomatoes. Crazy. Or potatoes. People love fried potatoes, right? Maybe that's why. I knew this guy, Matt Davis. Hi, if you ever see my channel. But anyway, he was so cool growing up. And he used to eat raw potatoes. Like, he would pull them out of the garden, wash them off just with water from our well. You know, that came out of the tap. Peggy's water is beautiful. And he would eat them raw. And he was the only person I've ever seen do that. You guys, have you ever seen anybody eat raw potatoes? Please tell me. But he would, snack on them. And maybe that's why. I don't know. So nightshades were known to be a main ingredient in witchy flying oil. But this is super toxic, you guys. Because they used to ingest mandrake oil. And as we know, we can never, ever, ever do that. It could be deadly. Period. And that's why we always use gloves with mandrake root. So yeah, I mean, that's a really interesting topic, the witchy flying oil. It is not the same as the astral oil that we made because there would be mandrake root in it and it would be an extreme amount and it might just be pure mandrake root oil and they would call that witchy flying oil. And that's where, like, the legend of the witch flying on the broomstick in the sky came from. People saw that stuff. Maybe it physically happened. Or maybe it was just something everyone saw in this astral plane together and it just, like, connected because the witch was so connected to the earth. Who knows? But people used to see witches on broomsticks, just like, or just witches flying on giant sticks, not necessarily with a broom on the end. But yeah, I mean, that whole legend is really interesting. Look into it, and I might try and do a video on it. Yeah. Poisons can be used in darker things for sure. So yeah, I mean, these are poisons, and that's just a note of mine, a thought of mine. Poisons can be used for sure in darker spells, hexing spells, return to sender spells, which is what I suggest over a hex. I'm not super ever excited about doing things like that, and it's like 5% of my practice, and it's like super low. So, but when something is terrible, you try a return to sender, it doesn't work. Maybe you have to look into some conjure, some hoodoo, look into different areas of witchcraft. If you know, it's just like going to the doctor. If your doctor can't fix you, you go to a naturopath. Maybe you have to look at different branches of witchcraft. And I should do a little talk about that later. But I want to close up this Nightshade video and just say that I've been talking about it for a while. This full moon is coming up. If you have these things in your garden, pull them out, put them on your altar with your altar candle. Let me just, that's bad, show you my altar candle that just went out. But you know what, I can light it from this because I lit that with my altar candle. It's all good. It's good to have 2 altar candles at once. Ah! So, good to have all your tools on hand because you'd be running around like a chicken with your taxidermy witch, right? Okay, anyway, so have your altar candle here, and you know, get your tomatoes from your garden, your potatoes from your garden. All the things that you're going to use, you know, for your nightshade spells, just get those blessed at your, whatever altar space you have. If you're a witch that, you know, is living with people and you don't want them to know, just do things quietly at night, you know? Just make it like a little witchy ASMR, you know? And just be with your things, and touch your things, and love your things, and kiss your things, and don't ever, 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 ever smoke tobacco. And always use your gloves with mandrake root. I love you, William. And I'm just going to say bye to you guys because I feel like this video closed really well and it's really beautiful. I'm going to turn up the music here. Make sure you check out American Beauty, Grateful Dead. Best 40 minutes of your life. Last time, I think. Yep.
Trucking, got my chips cashed in, keep trucking, like the Doodah Man. Together, more or less in line, just keep trucking.